Hey, I am back, and boy, do we have a situation going here. All right. Woo. So this is going to be a pepper challenge, and I'm challenging myself to the point it's going to be the first time I've done this many peppers in a row and in this kind of heat. I've done a few videos, and I've ate some of these peppers before, and they are very warm. If you guys are not familiar with what I talked to a guy yesterday, and he said he didn't even know there was such a thing as a Scoville heat unit scale. And it actually was created by a pharmacist back in 1912. And how they did it then was they would dilute the peppers in some kind of alcohol solution, and then it would be a taste test. So it would be a human taster that would decide what was the scale of heat. And so in the 80s, they were able to come do more of a scientific scale that makes it more accurate, probably more consistent, and without the human having to test it. And so now we have a set scale, especially since the 80s, that gives us a range of numbers that tells you how hot a pepper is, or if there's no heat at all, it's going to be 0, of course. And usually the most common pepper is the jalapeno, and it falls between 2,500 and 8,000 is where that pepper usually falls. So you can get an idea if you've had a jalapeno before, what that scale would be. Now, what we're doing today is a lot higher. Some of these are a lot higher than the jalapeno. But one of the things, and I'm not like, and so just so you know, I'm not like this super pepperhead. Now, back in the day, several years ago, I was into extreme hot sauces of it that had pepper extract in them, and they would be ridiculously hot. I mean, so bad. And I did that for a couple years. I was really, really intense, and I've always stayed with hot sauces since then, just not to that extreme. So my tolerance is way down when it comes to like doing peppers. So this ought to be very interesting. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go for me, and it ought to be entertaining for you that are watching. But before I do start this particular pepper challenge, I don't know if you're familiar with Johnny Scoville. He has a channel on YouTube. He's on Instagram. I don't know the man. I've never met the man. He seems like a very awesome, amazing guy. He has incredible tolerance for hot, super hot peppers. And he's got seen videos of him in competitions and just doing taste tests and pushing himself and challenging himself, even on, doing like even what we're doing. This is an inspiration from him. Between him and Brian, I just said, well, I wouldn't mind doing this myself. So I want to carry on that, I think, momentum. I think this is something that is interesting to the public, and it's fun. Anyway, it doesn't feel fun necessarily. You have to be a real special kind of person to put extreme hot things into your mouth that are going to burn you up and cause, it's nothing like being kicked in the mouth with a horse, or, got a nest of hornets that are stinging the back of your throat or your mouth or your stomach. You just got to be a special kind of breed, if you know what I'm saying, to actually do these things. And you got to have a little bit of bravery. This is, once you do it, it's like, don't go away. Now you can put some milk and cool some things down, but even milk it will still be hot for a little bit. Anyway, so what I brought Johnny up for was, I don't know if you noticed this tube that was sitting here. This is called the Tube of Terror. It's, I think he partnered up with Blazing Foods. They had the Death Nut Challenge, was another challenge before they did this one. I think they just came out with a new one I saw not that long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. Another peanut challenge. I'm not doing this right now. I have to build my tolerance up in order to even try to attempt to even make it even a part of a way through this thing. These peanuts are so hot. It's not only got the pepper heat on it, but it's got extract on it. It's like 13 million Scoville on these peanuts. And you have to eat these things 2 at a time. You got 10 minutes to eat them. You can eat them faster than 10 minutes, but you only have 10 minutes to eat the whole thing. But you can only eat 2 peanuts at a time until they're all gone. And you video yourself, and then when they're all gone, you have 5 minutes. No drinks, no eats through the whole thing. 5 minutes after you're completely done. Have it done within 10-minute time period. You can get it done faster. You can eat them in, 5 minutes, and then you got 5 more minutes to wait. That will make you passing the challenge. Anyway, I plan on doing that. If you don't know what this is, you should go and check out Johnny Scoville. And if you like really, really, really hot stuff, this might be something you're going to be interested in. Anyway, check him out. Like I said, I don't know the man, but I like him, and he's really cool. Anyway, so let's explain what I'm about to do here. So here is a red Fresno. The Scoville on these are anywhere from 2,500 to 10,000. Now, I've tried one of these the other day, and they are very warm. I have ate several of these. These are very warm as well. And these are the Aji lemon drop pepper. And they fall between 15,000 and 30,000 Scoville. So this temperature is rising. And then we've got this guy. This is actually a rare African pepper. It is the Bueno Mulata pepper. The temperature jumps. This is one that goes from 30,000 to 50,000 on the Scoville, which brings me to my next pepper, is the cayenne, which is the same. The cayenne pepper is actually 30 to 50 as well. And then we start to really jump up. We go up to the Thai pepper, and this Thai falls in a Scoville of 50,000 to 100,000. And then we jump up to even higher, the orange habanero. And this one starts at the 100,000 mark and anywhere between 100,000 and 350,000. And so this is the last pepper, and this is the Trinidad Scorpion that has a Scoville potential of 1.5 million to 2 million. That's like, ay. That's probably where that word came from. When somebody went and ate one of these, they were like screaming, ay. And by the way, I do have ice, just for you that are wondering, there is the thing called the ice cream insurance, if any of you are wondering, or maybe you've never heard of what that even means. Now, I've never heard anybody say ice cream insurance, but when it comes to hot peppers and eating ice cream, then there definitely is a connection. That is up to you to search that out and find out what do I even mean by that. But back to the Trinidad. So what I plan on doing with the Trinidad, anybody like you pepperheads out there are probably like, oh, come on, man, don't be a wimp, just do it. And I'm like, yeah, this already is going to push me. This right here, I want to be able to do another video, you know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to survive it. So what I'm going to do with the Trinidad, which I think is daring, and my friend who grows these, he said he doesn't even think it's going to matter. He said, I don't think that it's going to matter that you're going to dip that in ranch. So I'm going to dip the Trinidad in this ranch at the end after I've already ate all these, if I even get that far, hopefully. And I'm going to eat the whole thing whole with ranch dressing. This ought to be interesting. I got my water here. But you know what I'm going to do? One thing I have not seen anybody do, and there's no moisture to any of these peppers, but I guess like my jar. This is pretty cool, huh? I took some red peppers. I've got some Jimmy's in there, and some habaneros and habanadas. Now, habanadas are no spicy habaneros. I've got some lemon drops up in here, and another, not sure what the lemon pepper is, or the yellow pepper that I've got, but it's a little fruity pepper. Anyway, I made a little design for the video. That's kind of neat. A little bit of a design. What is this? Himalayan rock salt. I'm going to add a little flavor to my peppers, just to give them a little bit of flavor. Does this help the heat? No. Does it take the heat away? No. All it'll do, maybe give it a little bit of it's going to give it a taste enhance. It's gonna help the taste. I don't know if you're sometimes raw vegetables without any kind of seasonings aren't always the the best, but let the beatings begin. Here we go. Fresno roll. Oh yeah. I'm real sensitive to the endorphins as well, so my head might start really swimming. That was a big pepper. I was trying to get this thing down, like, watch it chew up. Already sweating. Mouth's not burned too bad yet, a little bit, but all right. Like I said, that's only like at the 10,000 ounce. So of course, somebody who's not done hot peppers, that would burn their mouth off. You'd be hurting for certain. It's pretty warm. All right, here we go. This one got me good last time I did this one. Oh boy. Here we go. It tastes good, man. Like very citrusy, crunchy, juicy. Ooh. Jumping up, boys.